What's up guys, it's Canadian, and today we have another team fight spotlight with Tempo Storm. This fight looks at the NYXL versus the Gladiators in an amazing Stage 3 Week 3 matchup. Now, this is a really long fight, and we're going to look through it one time, no interruptions, and then we're going to go back and analyze it. Now, the key people to look at here are Libero, Surefour, and Bigu, so try and keep an eye on what they are doing. The Gladiators have the advantage a few times in this fight, but somehow the NYXL do manage to come out on top, a large part in that being they have the defender spawn advantage. So, let's go ahead and take a look at this fight.
Install it out. Or after he'd self-destruct, well, don't you, if you hack a diva after you self-destruct, you can't resuit, right? So you can still, still prevent that happening would be nice. There's better ways to do it, I'm sure. That's a hack. Looks like Meko was the one that was actually hacked there, so the Diva's sort of stuck up there, and Libero's gone down. Perhaps that's because Meko couldn't protect against hydration and the shurikens. Regardless, Pine has switched towards McCree. Obviously a classic of his, and that's annoying for Bishu. He couldn't stop that resurrect. His arc was on a lower sort of Z coordinate. It was a lower height, is the best way to put it, so he couldn't really prevent him from doing that.
Surefour does have another EMP though. You have a Riptire available for NYXL and then both supportals. There's the EMP.
3 hack players.
Yeah, but Jonak is able to use Transcendence through this. It's not going to matter though, as Bishu is taking out Pine with that self-destruct.
These hacks are perfect from Surefour. He's getting on all the right targets. Jonak's trying to get inside the bubble, but he can't. Surefour goes down, but Jonak had already fallen before the fact. And now NYXL are at a man disadvantage. Great body block on the doorway by Bishu to make sure Meko couldn't get out. Mano was able to escape, but he's low on health, and he should get taken down. He's used the Primal Rage. That's why he's going to be able to stay alive. And Libero snuck his way up to the high ground, removed Bishu's mech. Hydration has a reflect available, but he doesn't really want to stick out and use it. Pine's ultimate duration is longer than his deflect, but now it's time to fight. This is where the rubber hits the road. It's got to be now or never. It's got to be Hydration with the Dragon Blade. He's chasing. He wants Jonak. He gets him with the slash and then returns to the payload. He can't cut through Meko now, who runs away. Pine's removed. Massive hack over on the point. Both Pine and Meko are hacked up and will be desuited now. But Bishu's been removed out of the mini diva. Big Goose now falling. This is not good for the Gladiators. They need the players here. Surefour and Hydration are both missing, but Shaz has come back to the point on that Tracer now. What can he do? He found Pine. That's the first big kill, but Fisher goes down to Arc and Shaz is removed, and that's it! It's a map 5!
Alright guys, so that was the fight. Now let's go ahead and break it down. So we're going to start at this point, just because the main thing I wanted to showcase at first was that both resurrects for the two teams are down. So there's no more, resurrects in this fight. Now that's the first thing I want to talk about. Now, as we play this fight, we will see Surefour is going to go for an EMP. However, right here, this is where I think he kind of makes a mistake with the EMP. He throws his translocator down, and that's what a lot of Sombras do. They throw their translocator down, try and stealth it and get the EMP, but he doesn't take a flank route. He goes straight into the NYXL. He gets revealed by Mono, the Winston player, and then he doesn't get the EMP that he wanted. As we watch this play through, we'll see he was trying to get the clumped up people in the back. Right here we've got Arc, Jonak, and Pine. That's the EMP that he wants. But because he sprinted straight at the NYXL Winston, he's going to get revealed from the Tesla cannon, because Mono's doing an amazing job here just trying to, catch Sombra as he tries to run by. And then this is going to force Surefour's EMP, which doesn't hit the key targets and enables Jonak to get off the Transcendence, as you see right here. He EMPs and bam, the Transcendence comes through. So that is a bit of a misplay by Surefour. What could have happened is right here, he placed the translocator. He could have gone in this flanking route as his tanks, engage, distracted them, and as they clump up back away from the tanks, a much better EMP cleans up Jonak. Maybe this whole fight turns around. So that's the first thing I wanted to look at in terms of Surefour. He EMPs, doesn't catch who he wanted. However, he does manage to time that with Bishu's self-destruct, so then the mobility of a few of the NYXL players is down, and then Bishu is going to be able to catch Pine with this self-destruct. Now, like I said, there's no resurrect, so Pine is out of the fight. And Jonak, his Transcendence is ending. He is kind of forced into this corridor in a bit of a bad position, and the Gladiators pounce. A really good job by them to see Jonak out of position. Both Surefour and Bishu go right onto Jonak, and they eliminate him really quickly. On the other side of this fight, Libero's Riptire is coming in, and I want to pause it right here. So Surefour in the corner there. As we play it frame by frame here, you will see that both supports for the Gladiators are in this corner here. Now, Libero was very hungry. He wanted all of these kills, and Junkrat Riptire Blast Radius is gigantic. I tested it, and within 8 meters, you can kill a 200 HP hero. So all of these heroes are 200 HP, so he just had to be within 8 meters of them, but somehow he misses these two on the side, and he's only going to catch Surefour, which is so close. Again, just if Surefour had played that his EMP a little bit differently, maybe the fight is cleaner for the Gladiators, and maybe if Libero had played this tire a little bit differently, the fight could have been cleaner for the NYXL. So this tire is going to go off, miss both of the supports, and that's what we were looking for Libero. Then, right here, we saw, like I said, Surefour got killed by the tire, and then the Gladiator tanks do a great job body blocking this doorway to stop the NYXL tanks from escaping. However, the damage isn't there to kill Mono, which is huge. He gets away with a sliver of health. Right here, you'll see Mono trapped in this doorway, so weak, he is hacked, but he manages to jump away. The hack must have just worn off, and that is going to be huge for the NYXL because it increases their stall potential on this card. Alright, so we're in the situation where the Gladiators have the advantage. They're pushing, and then the next big mistake we're going to see is going to be from Big Goose. Maybe an oversight, not a mistake. So, Libero cleans up Bishu's mech. Big Goose, who just popped the Valkyrie, is going to kill Libero. And again, right here, I want to pause it one more time. So, Pine has returned. Jonak switched to the Ana. Mekko's here. Libero's about to go down, so you've got 3 for the NYXL. Surefour's respawning, and you've got 5. So it's still 3 versus 5 in the favor of the Gladiators. And right here, right after Big Goose cleans up Libero, you're going to see Mekko make a huge play. So right here, Hydration dashed away because he's weak. And off on the screen here, this is Shaz. Shaz is kind of sitting in this area. So Big Goose did a comeback. He's got the Valkyrie going, and it was healing everyone. However, the DPS for the Gladiators move slightly away from Shaz, and Shaz is not getting the chain healing. So Mekko is going to fly in and snipe Shaz with the missiles. Well, Big Goose is right here. Big Goose is, kind of paying attention to Hydration, healing him up, but he, just based on where he's looking, he can't see that Shaz is behind him and needs that HP. So by the time he realizes it, it's too late, and a huge kill from the NYXL to take out the Zenyatta, who brings that Discord to the fight. Shaz is at 50% to a Transcendence. Be it stayed alive, he has the Discord, the additional healing, and maybe he gets another Transcendence to again make this a cleaner fight for the Gladiators. So right there, Shaz goes down to Mekko, which is big. Now Hydration builds up the Dragon Blade. He is going to kill the Ana, and right here, this is the turning point. When Shaz went down, that was the turning point. So I'm going to rewind, and once again, I know I'm repeating myself a bit, but I want to talk about the numbers advantage. We had Surefour, Bishu without mech, Hydration, Big Goose, and Shaz. So we have 5. So we know Shaz is going to go down. Bishu is in the tunnel here. Pine is going to clean him up. Bishu is going to go down. So that turns us from a 5-person advantage to 3, and Fissure is the one returning for the Gladiators. So they got 3 Gladiators going to be alive here in just a second. We've got Mekko, Jonak, and Pine. So it's 5 versus 3 right now, but Pine's going to get a kill, and Jonak is going to go down. So then it's going to be a 2 versus 3, but the amount of stall that happened from Mekko and the kills that Pine and Mekko secured buys enough time for the rest of the NYXL to respawn and come to this point. And Arc makes a amazing switcher. He switches to the Lucio just to make sure his team gets here faster, versus on the flip side, when Shaz respawns, he respawns as Tracer. So that pretty much sums up the rest of this fight. Like I said, we're going to see a couple kills come through. Hydration is going to clean up the Ana, but it's going to be too late because of that huge pick from Mekko onto the Zenyatta. So right, the EMP goes off, and then as you can see, the reinforcements have arrived Arc on that Lucio, like we said. And it's pretty much all downhill from here for the Gladiators. It was a 3 versus 2, oh sorry, it was a 5 versus 3. Then because of some exceptional play, it turned and respawn advantage for the defenders, it turned into a 5 for the NYXL versus 3 of the Gladiators. So that's this week's Team Fight Spotlight, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. The key takeaways here is, in these clutch overtime situations, right, you have to do your best to be cool, calm, collected. And I know these guys, these Overwatch League players, are better than 99.9% of us, but just like us, they are human. They make mistakes. We saw the mistakes from Libero. We saw the hiccups from Big Goose, and we saw the hiccups from Surefour. You know, both teams, you know, kind of feel like nerves were getting to them, and because of those nerves, this fight almost went, could have gone either way if just maybe one or two people had played better. So that, like I said, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something. If you liked this, be sure to check out the rest of the Team Fight Spotlights. And if you like my content, all my social media links are in the description. Team Fight Spotlight happens every week here on the Tempo Storm Overwatch channel. Be sure to subscribe and come back for more. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope it was helpful, and as always, have a good one.
Obviously, McCree cannot really get out of there, and it also connects on Mecco when he has the self-destruct.